Hi, I'm Renee, and this is Renee. This channel is really, I want to focus it around transformation and change and see where that leads me. Um, Obviously, talking about such a topic could actually lead to infinite change. So we'll see where we go. But welcome. If you're new here, welcome. I hope if you enjoy this video, you will like and subscribe and join us along for this journey. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the process that I went through as I was preparing to leave the US and move to France in the summer of 2024. And um, it, at the time, I had visited France a lot and was fairly familiar with the country and most of like the logistical things and but I was really curious as to like how were people moving here and doing it successfully. So I spent a good deal of time looking at other channels on YouTube and just seeing what other people were doing. And I knew inherently that in order to build a successful life here in France, obviously learning the language was a given. And that was something that I had been working on for a while. At various points throughout my life, I had taken high school French, and then I've taken a few courses over the years at different phases um, of time when I had the space in my life to actually commit to such a thing. And then at the beginning of COVID, I recommitted to learning French. And at the time, I just signed up for Duolingo, not because I thought Duolingo would actually teach me or make me fluent in French. I really wanted to do Duolingo just to learn new words that I didn't know, because in the gamification, it does give you a repetitive study of the same words. So you get to build your vocabulary that way. But then I also found an instructor who lived in Paris. And have started studying with her, which I've done since 2020. Um, and I've kept that up being here. So successfully, to kind of build a successful life here, I knew how important the language was going to be. But I also knew that making friends and making connections in a community, building community, was going to be the most important thing. Um, as it turns out, I would say that the visa was the easy part. Like the visa had very specific steps. I knew what to do, follow the steps, 1 to X, whatever X was, and file the paperwork and get the visa. That to me was the easy part, because how you build friendships, how you make connections, how you build community, there's no steps 1 through 5 of how to do that. Go to here and follow these steps. That doesn't exist. And building friendships in a new place with a new language, all of that is difficult. It's very difficult. And what plays into it as well as your own personality. Um, I, while I can be comfortable being uh, more outgoing, it takes me a bit to build myself to that point. Um, I do think I'm much more comfortable being introverted and kind of into my like I have my own interests and, can entertain myself quite well, you know. So, um, yeah. So I knew that I was going to have to push myself in this process of building a life. I was going to have to push myself to reach out and say yes to things, to find groups and really expose myself to both French speaking things as well as English speaking things. Um, I know a lot of people, and I thought this too early on, that, oh, I only want to immerse myself in French, um, and not make too many like English speaking friendships because I want this French life. And I totally get that. But at the end of the day, I've found, and I've noticed that others have found as well, that it really takes a combination of both. When you've done something in French for an entire day as you're learning that language, your brain hurts at the end of the day, and you just want to be able to express yourself easily and fluidly in your native language, and allow that kind of release on your brain of being able to do that. So, being able to build community and connections in both languages becomes really, really important. And for me, along the way, I've had different ways that I've went about this. When I was living in the Dordogne area and the Lot-et-Garonne area, I had joined the Dordogne Women's Club International, DLCI. Um, uh, fantastic, fantastic group. I can put a link to it in the show notes. Um, Great group of women they do charity work. There's coffee groups that meet in various areas. I went to the coffee group in Saint-Foy-le-Grand, and the coffee group in Périgueux. Um, Lovely, lovely ladies in both of those groups, and ladies that I consider to be friends today, and who I know if I got stuck, I could, reach out and message and ask a question or whatever. Those types of friendships become invaluable. When I arrived here in Provence, and really started to enjoy this area, I immediately went onto the Village Facebook group and found a an English speaking book club that was just starting out, and I joined that, and that introduced me to several English speaking people who live in the area. Not all Americans, a couple Americans, some British, some Australian. It's kind of a mix of folks. Um, and so I've built friendships with some of those ladies, and some of those ladies have been here for a while, so they know some French people. And so I've gotten introduced to French people as well. I've made a lovely friendship with my Airbnb host who's French. So it takes those kinds of friendships. They become so, so important as you get into things. If you get stuck, which you will, there will be things that you get stuck and you just can't figure your way through. As much as my French has gotten better and better, phone French is so, so hard. And the other day, I had an Amazon delivery coming, and I had gotten a message that they needed me to call the delivery company. And so I called the delivery company, and I cannot for the life of me make out what the automated system is saying. It's just so fast French, and I'm like, what? I don't know which number to choose, to how to get to a person, to work through it. And Thankfully, I have a lovely dear friend, Erica, who I pinged on WhatsApp and said, "Would you mind calling this number and like finding out what the problem is?" And so she helped me with that. Now, do I want to have to do that all the time? No. I started out by calling first and trying to figure it out on my own, which I always try to do. I don't just give up and call somebody else. It's only when I've beat my head up against the wall so many times that then it's like, oh, guess I'm going to have to ask for help. But so I guess my message here is that the visa is really the easy part, even though it feels stressful when you're going through it. And at the same time, thinking ahead of time how you're going to build friendships and build communities and put yourself out there, even when it feels uncomfortable, is so important to your ability to have a beautiful, successful, integrated life in your new country, no matter where you're going. And I think this is true of most big changes in life. Big changes in life require support systems. They require us to have resources along the way when things get sticky or tough. And so, knowing that and preparing for that and being ready for it is a really important step in any successful transformation. So I will leave you with that thought today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. Um, there are links below if you would like any support in your transformation and change. I have a course free on my website if you need clarity on what your dreams are and what your true longing is. Um, Love to have you sign up for that and work through that. Getting in touch with that longing is so important to be able to take that first step. So I will leave it there, and abiento.